Good evening, wrestling fans. I'm Ronnie Stockholm, and I am proud to bring to you another pulse-pounding season of NWC Tonight. The nation is still riding high from the tremendously impactful Supercard Full Effect, which saw rivalries end, titles change hands, and left us all breathless in anticipation of what happens next. And after a couple of weeks to recharge our batteries, the National Wrestling Council is proud to be back live and in living color, delivering the kind of action that only we can. As you can see, we are in an all-new, upgraded venue as we emanate from the newly constructed Schneebo's Omni Center in Springfield, Illinois. We have an all-new set and an upgraded attitude as we prepare to kick things up a notch with our second exciting season. And we are absolutely starting things off in high gear with our opening bout, as Chris Catch Knight takes on Oliver Sin in light heavyweight singles action. Now, of course, Chris Knight is coming off of an extremely impressive victory at Full Effect, where he took on and defeated Mil Mojitos, Little Anthony, and Junior Cobra in a four-way dance to earn the right to face Lightning Derek Arzon for his PWA Light Heavyweight Championship at some point this season. Chris Knight, of course, a burgeoning fan favorite here in NWC. The fans love his no-nonsense, all-business technical style. The man is a machine in the ring. He is built to go, not for show, as they say. This light heavyweight is 195 pounds of well-oiled machine, and he is more than capable of defeating any challenge put in front of him. He's going to see himself, though, put to quite the test this evening, because Oliver Sin, of course, flanked as always by Evelyn Sin, is the protege of Rhett Holiday, and ever since Sanctum has returned in full force to the NWC, they have made their intentions as top contenders known. Will Chris Knight be able to ascend to the top of the light heavyweight division and defeat Derek Arzon, or will Oliver Sin represent a roadblock that will stand in his path this season toward glory? Now, of course, Oliver Sin, a tremendously impressive young man. He, of course, has a history in PWA and in INCW. He is a dark and intimidating individual. Of course, his twin sister, Evelyn Sin, flanking him right there, and these two are a very intimidating sight. Under the tutelage of the fallen Rhett Holiday, the Sin twins delight in causing mayhem and discomfort to their opponents. The Sanctum has found themselves in the position of being fan favorites as of late, despite their dark overtones. We'll have to see which way the crowd decides to offer their support in this match. Two up-and-coming young men with actually very complementary skill sets. This should be an absolutely tremendous bout. I cannot think of a better way to start off NWC's second season than with this athletic, high-energy action. Now, of course, the light heavyweights are not all like Mil Mojitos or Junior Cobra in that they are high-flying, lucha libre-style wrestlers. Sometimes a light heavyweight can be a precise, technical machine, as both of these men have proven themselves to be in the ring. I, for one, cannot wait to see these two really open up and explore the space here in the squared circle. Oliver Sin and Chris Knight ready to go. The referee has rung the bell, and our first match of Season 2 of NWC Tonight is underway. Chris Knight, with a quick power slam, takes Oliver Sin down. Oh, and would you look at that, yanks him in right into a side suplex. Very impressive stuff here from the Catch-as-Catch-Can specialist. Oh, and would you look at that, inverted power slam sends Oliver Sin straight onto his stomach in the center of that mat. And follows through with a snap suplex. Just absolutely amazing technical skill. And just breaks Oliver Sin's neck right over his knee there. Oh, tremendous, sharp, crisp technique by Chris Catch Knight. Oliver Sin with a go-behind. And rakes the back. Oh, just vicious back rake. and takes him down. And look at this. He is showing, that is sending a message to Chris Knight, ladies and gentlemen, saying you are not the only one proficient in the technical arts. Oliver Sin goes to the top rope. What's he got in store here, ladies and gentlemen? He's waiting for Chris Knight to rise, and he takes him down with a precision hip attack. No wasted movement by Oliver Sin here tonight. Kicks him in the stomach, and wait. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Black Cross. Chris Knight has been dropped to the Black Cross in the early goings. Is this it, ladies and gentlemen? 1, 2, and Chris Knight able to get a kick out. I have to think that if that had occurred any later in this match, that would have been it. Oliver Sin has broken men in half with that maneuver before. That is a deadly, deadly finishing hold, and Chris Knight has weathered it. But to what end? Does Chris Catch Knight have anything left in the tank? A couple of clotheslines would indicate that he does, followed by a power slam. Chris Knight recovering from that vicious assault, and drives Oliver back first right into his knee. Goes for the pin, and ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can see this, but Evelyn Sin is distracting the referee. He does not see that Chris Knight has him pinned. Now he's in there. 1, 2. And Oliver Sin able to get a shoulder up, but you have to think that had Evelyn Sin not been there to cause the distraction, that could have been it right there. Chris Knight has an uphill climb, a big arm drag by Oliver Sin, but Chris Knight has a big uphill climb here to overcome not only Oliver, but the distraction offered by his sister at ringside. Oliver with a big stunner drapes Knight's neck right across that top rope and continues the fight outside. Big time slam on the outside there, a sit-out slam right on that unforgiving concrete. No hockey played in this new arena, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and would you look at that, a German suplex. I think that Knight's head may have bounced off the edge of those steps. Chris Knight, folks, is in trouble. Oliver Sin is daring him to get up. You know that with the rivalry between Sanctum and Forever Unchained, Oliver Sin would love to take out the #1 contender to Derek Arzon's PWA Light Heavyweight Championship. He would love to insert himself in that rivalry yet to form between Knight and Derek Arzon. Big European uppercut takes Chris Catch Knight down. I gotta say, during the course of this match, oh my goodness, Chris Knight on the outside gets just collapsed into by Oliver Sin. Huge shoulder block right as Knight was trying to make his way around Evelyn Sin over there. And what's Oliver Sin doing here? Big time suplex. Chris Knight has not been able to get fully out of the blocks here, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Knight is an extremely talented young man. And would you look at that German suplex on the mat outside. And a second suplex right on that unforgiving steel. It won't take too many of those to turn Chris Knight's fortunes around. Sends Oliver back in, as Evelyn looks like she wanted a piece there as well. Oh, but Oliver comes in with a clothesline. And a second clothesline. And he sweeps the leg out from underneath Chris Knight. And Knight is once again in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Kick to the stomach, and oh, folks, I believe this is it. Black Cross a second time. No way he's going to be able to survive two of those, folks. We have a 1, 2, and oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Knight with a desperation last-minute grab at that bottom rope. He is still alive, folks. He is still in this match. Oliver going for another one, has him up, and a third Black Cross. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, and oh, how in the world? What resilience, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Catch Knight has kicked out of not one, he has survived not 1, not 2, but 3 attempts at the Black Cross by Oliver Sin. You've got to think that the young hothead of Sanctum must be getting frustrated at this point. Punches Chris Knight down and just throws him down again. What is Look at this. You can see the frustration in Oliver's eyes. He's saying, what is it going to take to keep this man down? Goes for another one, but Knight quickly changes the momentum. Would you look at that big-time belly-to-belly suplex in the ring? And Knight is now measuring Oliver Sin. He's got him measured. What's he going to do? What is he going to do? Backbreaker into what we call the Knight's Gambit, ladies and gentlemen, but Oliver's feet are in the ropes. That could have been it, ladies and gentlemen. That could have been the momentum shifter that Chris Knight needed. Goes for a second one. Knight's Gambit, second attempt, has him, and he has got Oliver. Wait a minute, what? Oliver's twisting him around. What's he doing here? He's at a handful of tights. 1, 2, and 3, ladies and gentlemen. Oliver Sin with a heads-up move reversed the Knight's Gambit into a quick pinfall, and he may have had a handful of tights there, folks. Your winner tonight is Oliver Sin, but you have to think that Chris Knight was just moments away from securing the victory there, but out of nowhere, Oliver able to reverse that momentum into a quick pinfall. You can see Chris Knight seething there, just upset that he did not get all of that Knight's Gambit. Make no mistake, folks, Chris Knight is still your number one contender to that PWA Light Heavyweight Championship, but now what does this mean? Has Oliver Sin managed to put himself in that conversation as well? Only time will tell. And folks, as amazing as that opening match was, we have to move on, and would you look at this? Cowboy, Outlaw, Billy Cody, taking on, who is this young man here? Folks, this is Thorkel. This second-generation athlete is none other than the son of former INCW and NWC champion, the Viking. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, NWC has managed to get a power signing here with this young rookie sensation. We're about to see just what he can do, and what an opening challenge for this young Nordic warrior. He has to take on former NWC champion, former NWCW mainstay, Outlaw, Billy Cody. And look at this, Cody is fired up and ready to fight, as he always is here in the second season of NWC tonight. And what an absolute slobber knocker we are in for here. The large and in charge, the 100% grade A American beef that is Outlaw Billy Cody. And ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at history here. The Norse warrior Thorkel, the son of the Viking. This gigantic, powerful man is here in NWC. A generational warrior, someone ready to send his opponents on a one-way trip to Valhalla. Look at this. I cannot believe that we were able to sign this hot new prospect here. This absolute blue chipper here in the son of the Viking, Thorkel. Folks, I cannot express to you how excited I am to see this upcoming bout. This should be an absolute slobber knocker. The veteran Billy Cody taking on the young warrior forged in the fires of Muspelheim itself. This should be absolutely amazing. And would you look at that, Billy Cody starting off strong with a big-time fall-away slam, sends Thorkel down and drops him with a DDT as well. Billy Cody will not be taking his opponent lightly. He approaches every bout with the same level of roughneck intensity, and it is going to be a true trial by fire for this new star of the NWC. So far, Billy Cody making some headway on Thorkel, but Thorkel with a knee and sends Cody in. Oh, Cody with a reversal, kick to the stomach, and goes right back to that roughneck offense, sends him into the corner, and just starts laying in the chops to the son of the Viking. Thorkel with his eye there, of course, painted up in the style of Odin himself, that all-seeing eye. And Billy Cody here calling out to the crowd, Oh my goodness, look at the disrespect, ladies and gentlemen. Just kicking dust onto the fallen form of his opponent. And look at that, I think that might have lit a fire in the belly of Thorkel. Going for a pin here. Referee coming on to check in. Only a 1 count. A lot of fight left in both of these men, but ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Billy Cody with that gigantic Texas-style powerbomb goes for a pin. 1, 2, and Thorkel manages to kick out, but oh my goodness, this is a lot of damage that this young man has endured in a short amount of time. But Thorkel fighting back out of it. Double arm suplex sends Billy Cody into the corner. And starts laying in the chops and the punches, a spinning back fist, but Cody firing right back again. These two are giving as well as they take. Cody's got the Nordic Warrior up and drops him face first on that top turnbuckle. This has been a rough opening few minutes for Valhalla's own. Cody bounces off the ropes, no contact with Thorkel, but comes in, manages to grab the young man by the head. What's he going to do here, folks? Drapes him over the top rope, sends him to the far side of the ring, and a shoulder-to-shoulder collision. Attempted headbutt by Thorkel. And what's Cody doing here? Has him up, and oh my goodness, oh, just blasts him throat first on that bottom rope. Looks like these two are going to take it to the outside. Big shot to the kidneys from Thorkel. And picks Cody up, goes for a backdrop, but Cody shifts his weight, drops it all on the chest and neck of his young opponent. Of course, we know the genetics that the Viking brings to the table here. And if this young man is anything like his father, oh my goodness, would you look at that? Huge spinning wheel kick takes Cody down. Ducks underneath a big boot. Goes for a flying crossbody, misses. Cody back in the ring. Sends the Outlaw to the far corner. Follows him in. Turns him around. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got him up on the top turnbuckle. Looks like he might have been going for that Jotun's hammer there. Has him up. Snake eyes to Billy Cody right across that top rope, and Thorkel is just choking the big man out in the corner. Folks, we knew this wasn't going to be pretty. Neither of these men particularly celebrated for their finesse. Goes for the quick pinfall. 1, 2. Cody with a shoulder up. Still quite a lot of fight left in the Outlaw. And Thorkel just sends Cody face first straight into the ground. Raw power on display, and big time headbutt, holds on. Big suplex, goes for a pin. 1, 2. And Cody kicks out, but he definitely felt that, ladies and gentlemen. The Outlaw can dish out punishment like no other, but my goodness, this is some extreme power coming from this from this young warrior. And look at this, he has Billy Cody up. What's he going to do here? Is this it? Is this Jotun's hammer? Yes, it is, right in the center of the ring. Spikes the Outlaw head first on the canvas. But Cody able to get a hand on that rope. But just like that, suddenly Thorkel has taken control in this match. Slides outside, not going to give Billy Cody 1 second to recuperate. And would you look at that, celebrating out to the crowd, feeling the energy given to him by the gods on high. Cody manages to dodge a quick punch and picks up Thorkel for a sidewalk slam on that hard concrete outside. And a running drop kick, a basement-style drop kick right to the jaw of the 6'2", 260-pound warrior. And Cody sends him to the corner. And, off the side, and oh my goodness, huge running forearm. That could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, would you look at that? Barely kicks out. I could count on one hand the number of people who have managed to kick out of Billy Cody's running forearm. That is a deadly maneuver that has finished a multitude of matches, ladies and gentlemen. It is a testament to the strength and will of Thorkel that he was able to kick out of that. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Billy Cody's got him from behind, but Thorkel with an elbow, showing that he's still got quite a lot of fire in his belly, sends Cody to the ropes. Big time power slam, showing off that tremendous God-given power. And he's got Billy Cody in a modified Dragon Sleeper right in the center of the ring. Cody, though, able to throw him off before he's able to get it fully cinched in. Billy Cody with a shot to the kidneys. And a second one sends Thorkel to the far corner. This has just been an absolute train wreck, ladies and gentlemen. Power versus power, and would you look at that? A second running forearm. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. How in the world is Thorkel able to kick out of these? That is kicking out of 2 of Billy Cody's running forearms, which is an amazing feat on a man's best day, but he kicked out of 2 of them. Billy Cody, though, has got him up. What is this? Oklahoma Stampede. The amount of damage that Thorkel has absorbed is tremendous, ladies and gentlemen, but he refuses to say die. Billy Cody, though, is feeling firmly in control of this contest. What's he going to do here? Drags Thorkel over that top rope, and just a hammering blow to the back of the shoulders. Oh, but Thorkel showing tremendous agility, big-time running DDT, spikes the Outlaw headfirst on the canvas, and follows him out to the apron. Big strike to the kidney sends him tumbling to the ground. And now Thorkel standing in the center of the ring, daring his opponent to re-enter, to face him in the arena of combat. Big right hand right between the eyes. And has him up, carrying the big man across the ring. Oh, up in the air, but Billy Cody able to get out and manages a huge, big boot right to the jaw. But Thorkel answers with a big-time clothesline to the back of the head. Once again, sends Cody to the ropes, sends him straight over, in fact, tumbling to the outside. This match has been everything that we thought it would be, ladies and gentlemen. Just an absolute battle of the bulls in a very literal sense. Cody with a huge headbutt. Thorkel looks like he finally may have, maybe feeling the effects, but not so much that he can't hit a double arm powerbomb straight onto that hard floor below, and smashes Cody face first into the turnbuckle, into the post there. Billy Cody is looking the worse for wear outside the ring after starting this match absolutely on fire. The son of the Viking has worn him down. Release suplex right into the middle of the ring. 1, 2, and ladies and gentlemen, Thorkel is your winner in his debut match here in the NWC. Big time release suplex does the Outlaw in, after absorbing just a tremendous amount of damage, after absorbing a powerbomb, after being hit with 2 huge running forearms. Thorkel is able to weather the storm and get his first victory here in NWC. And what a bright future this young man has in front of him. Goodness gracious, I know that this young man is going to be a fan favorite here in NWC, carrying on the legacy of his legendary father. And ladies and gentlemen, the hits keep on coming. Look at this, folks. We have, speaking of grade A beef colliding in the ring, we have Malibu's Most Wanted taking on Insult to Injury in tag team action. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not just any tag team encounter. At full effect, the Diners Club, specifically Shade and Chonk, won the INCW Tag Team Championships from the Masked Invaders. And the NWC Championship Committee has deemed that this newly crowned tag team champions will not rest on their laurels. They have announced that 8 tag teams will participate in a single elimination tournament to determine the first contenders to the Diners Club's Tag Team Championships. And we will see the first match of that tournament tonight. While not all of the competitors in this tournament have been revealed, we do know that Malibu's Most Wanted and Insult to Injury are competing for a chance at Tag Team Gold. Each week here on NWC Tonight, we will be seeing additional matches as this tournament continues. But this should be a tremendous start to things. NWC has a healthy and ambitious tag division, and one of these 2 teams will ascend to the second round and get one step closer to an opportunity at Tag Team Glory. We will not be waiting until a supercard to see those titles defended, ladies and gentlemen. As it stands right now, in 3 weeks' time, we will have determined a new number 1 contender, and that team will get a title shot against the Diners Club immediately on the following week of NWC Tonight. Malibu's Most Wanted, of course, a couple of amazing fan favorites from INCW, of course, looking to rise in the ranks here at the National Wrestling Council. And tonight they will need to bring all of their charisma, their bulk, their enthusiasm to bear, because they have one heck of a mountain to climb. Insult to Injury. These absolutely intense engines of destruction have been on a tear ever since arriving here in NWC. After an abbreviated feud with the Cold Snakes, these 2 found themselves within one victory of scoring a shot at the tag team titles at full effect. As it turns out, though, the Diners Club was able to get a win over them, stalling their momentum temporarily and preventing them from getting that tag team championship shot that they so desired. But they have another chance. If Insult to Injury can overcome Malibu's Most Wanted, they will move one step closer to a chance at those titles that they covet so dearly. Folks, this should be a hell of an encounter. These 2 teams are eager to rise up the ranks here at NWC and claim those INCW championships. And would you look at that, starting off fast and strong, a big-time snap suplex on Rampage by Fatback. Oh, but Rampage there, with a jawbreaker, managed to turn the tide, and quickly, with a double arm suplex, takes Fatback down, and a quick tag to Ravage. Ravage comes in and just sandwiches Fatback right into the corner, and doing it right in front of Milk Dud as well. Were it not for the referee, you know that Milk Dud would be in there immediately on Ravage's case there. And look at that, he is bad-mouthing the ringside member of Malibu's Most Wanted. Ravage with a dropping headbutt, and then manages to go tag his partner. Quick tags, a signature of a successful and well-oiled tag team. Fatback, though, sends Rampage over, and just grabs him by the back of the head and hurls him halfway across the ring. And another sharp suplex, followed by a pin. Not a 1 count yet, but you know that must have caused some damage to Rampage there. Rampage, barely noticing being struck from behind by Milk Dud, still just delivering the offense there on Fatback, and another quick tag out to Ravage. Fatback may want to consider making a tag himself. Oh, but not just yet. He just takes off Ravage's head with a huge clothesline. Controlling the larger member of Insult to Injury, sends him into the Malibu corner, where he eats a punch in the back of the head by Milk Dud, and a big-time backdrop by Fatback, who tags out to his equally sized partner. Milk Dud now in the ring, and just begins hammering Ravage from behind. Goes for a quick pinfall. 1, and Rampage in to make the save. Don't think Ravage was quite ready to call it a night yet, but it's good of Insult to Injury to be aware of each other's needs there. Milk Dud picking Ravage up and just beeling him halfway across the ring. My goodness. Has Ravage, and once again, very smartly keeps him in the Malibu corner, tags out to Fatback. Double punch to the stomach. What is this here, folks? Oh my goodness, collision course. And look at that, Malibu's Most Wanted, very happy with themselves. A Malibu belly bump for good luck. And look at that, Fatback has Ravage up and just flapjacks him straight onto the ground, back first, and Ravage is out, ladies and gentlemen. Milk Dud coming in and letting the crowd know that Malibu's Most Wanted is in control. Grabs Ravage by the throat and again hurls him across the ring. And flexing those muscles. You know, it takes a lot of muscle to move that kind of bulk around with the speed that these two have. And would you look at this, Milk Dud backdrops Rampage on the hardest part of the ring. Oh, but takes too long and eats a bionic elbow from Ravage. Ravage sends Milk Dud back into the ring. Malibu's Most Wanted looking very good so far, but Ravage with a choke, a blatant choke. The referee offering quite a bit of leeway here. Goes for the pin, and Fatback manages to break it up with a drop kick. Ravage tags back out to Rampage. Rapid fire tags in this well-oiled machine of a team. Oh, but Milk Dud, I thought he caught Rampage sleeping, but Rampage manages to hit him and just picks him up in a big-time bear hug. Forced to drop it, though, when Fatback comes in. But Rampage heads up, atomic drop on the big man. And he picks up Milk Dud. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Sit out, pile driver deep into the insult injury corner. 1, 2, and a heads-up save by Fatback keeps this match going. Rampage bouncing off the ropes. Big leg drop of doom deep in the ITI corner. Now Ravage in here, daring Milk Dud to get up, just taunting him on the ground, and letting the crowd know that insult to injury is here to play. And big running knee shiver to the side of the head, but able to make an emergency last-minute tag to Fatback. But Fatback sent to the ropes, shoulder-to-shoulder collision. But Ravage has him up! Powerbomb and holding on! Drops him into a Samoan drop. Oh my goodness! 1, 2, and that is all she wrote. Insult to injury picking up an incredible win over the popular duo Malibu's Most Wanted. After just a tremendous amount of action, high impact, sudden offense, amazing tag team work by both teams. It is in the end the altar of pain that allows Ravage to get the win. That Samoan drop he calls the altar of pain, and it certainly did deliver on its name. And Insult to Injury punches their ticket to the second round of the INCW Tag Team #1 Contender Tournament. We look forward to seeing what this team can do in the future. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're jumping to the other division of NWC, the women's division. We've got Victoria Prime taking on Selena Sharp in singles action. Of course, Victoria Prime, an up-and-coming new hire talent here in NWC after cutting her teeth in BPW for many seasons. And, of course, Selena Sharp, the young rookie sensation that came within a hair's breadth of seizing the INCW Women's Championship from Nikki Wilde during Season 1 of NWC Tonight. Now, Victoria Prime, she goes by the moniker Peerless Victoria Prime, but in a recent interview she was quoted as saying that Peerless is simply not a strong enough title for someone with her pedigree. And she has requested that the announcers refer to her until such a time as it is no longer accurate as the undefeated Victoria Prime. And certainly that is an accurate moniker here in NWC. She has yet to suffer a loss. Of course, her record is currently 2-0. And yes, while that is enough to be considered a streak, it is just barely that. Hopefully tonight, Victoria Prime is looking to extend that streak, to make the undefeated moniker that she fancies herself a little bit more impressive. But Victoria Prime, an extremely talented, skilled, strong young lady, looking to really make a name for herself this season. Speaking of making a name for herself, Selena Sharp, the daughter of Wyatt 5 O'Clock Sharp, a PWA journeyman, is certainly looking to separate herself from the pack as well. Last season, she got a surprise win over Nikki Wilde, planting her with the razor-sharp face-first DDT maneuver and earning herself a shot at Nikki Wilde's championship. And after a bit of a runaround by the champ, she did get her opportunity, and once again came within milliseconds of securing that win and completely upsetting the women's division. Spurned on by that near win, Selena Sharp is certainly excited about continuing to make a name for herself here in NWC. Look forward to this match, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic singles action here in the hottest women's division in all of professional wrestling. Bell is rung and we are underway. Instantly, Selena Sharp coming in strong. A big European uppercut sandwiches Victoria Prime in the corner and just goes to town with a series of punches. Victoria Prime, with her attitude, has managed to alienate herself in the women's locker room, even in these early goings, her early months here inside the NWC. She has quite the ego, folks, and is not shy about reminding everyone just where she comes from and what she can do. So a lot of women looking to try to shut that mouth of hers. Not unlike a certain brawler Beckett in the men's division. There are certainly parallels there, and not just the love of the Union Jack. Oh, big jawbreaker by Victoria Prime. And picks up Selena Sharp, and big sit-out body slam goes for the pin. One. Only a 1 count so far. Take a look at the shoulders on Victoria Prime. This young lady is extremely strong. And just stomping on the arm, trying to neutralize the right arm of Selena Sharp, something she uses relies on quite a bit for her razor sharp finisher there. Big time right elbow by Victoria Prime, and then goes stomping on the legs, just working on those extremities. Oh, attempted shot there. Looks like Victoria Prime was going for the divine right there, but got blocked by Selena Sharp and just got her head caved in by a running knee and a big-time elbow drop. Selena Sharp looking excellent in the early goings here on this encounter. Sharp has her down and just delivers a hard stomp to the chest, followed by a big kick and beautiful wheel kick. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Victoria Prime manages to get that shoulder up. It's going to take more than that to silence this tremendous talent. Goes for another big kick, follows it up with a pin. 1, and another 1 count. But Selena Sharp, to her credit, not getting frustrated, keeping the pressure on. Selena Sharp with a series of attacks, but misses some sort of a spinning back fist. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Call to order, facebuster by Victoria Prime. But Selena Sharp in the ropes. Selena's going to have to try to regroup here. Oh my goodness, NWC Nation, that big-time Uranagi. She calls that the London Underground. 1, 2, and 3. Wow, just like that, out of nowhere. The combination of the call to order followed by the London Underground has put Selena Sharp away. An emphatic victory by Victoria Prime. Very impressive. And now that winning streak, that undefeated Victoria Prime moniker that she's determined to get over, is just that much more apropos. Would you look at that tremendous victory here by the rising star of the women's division, Victoria Prime. We certainly look forward to seeing what Victoria Prime can accomplish this season. And now, folks, on to our next match. We have the surgical specialist, Akira Wilde, taking on Kid Mason in a battle of former INCW champions. Of course, Akira Wilde unsuccessful in his attempt at Full Effect to take the INCW title from Gorgon Ramsay. Kid Mason, along with the rest of the Mason family, showing up late in Season 1 of NWC Tonight, determined to re-establish their dominance in the men's division. These two both with a lot to prove here as we begin Season 2 of NWC Tonight. Now, Akira Wilde, on a bit of a rough patch over the course of this last season. While he has certainly held his fair share of men's titles, this last season he has been unsuccessful in his attempts to reascend to the top of the men's division. First, he was unable to win the NWC Championship tournament that would have given him a shot at Damian Black's NWC Championship at Full Effect. And then, when awarded the opportunity to face Gorgon Ramsay for the INCW Championship, he was unsuccessful there as well. And of course, everyone runs into a dry patch now and again, but it is up to Akira to show that this is not a trend, that he has a lot of gas left in the tank. And there is no better way for him to do that than to score a high-profile win against a former champion like Kid Mason here tonight on the first episode of Season 2 of NWC Tonight. Akira Wilde looking motivated, looking ready, for sporting the GWSW Fighting School shirt that he is so well known for. And coming down the aisle, we have the one and only Kid Mason, a bit of an enigma himself. Kid Mason, along with Jeremy Mason and Marie Mason, form the Mason family, a faction that has been a thorn in the side of KB Chronic and INCW for quite some time, and is looking to administer their brand, their special brand of anarchy here to the NWC Nation. Of course, Kid Mason had tremendous success winning multiple championships in INCW, and he would love nothing more than for that success to follow him here into this new division, into this new company. Interesting note here, Kid Mason and Akira Wilde have fought 3 times in the past, back in INCW, and Akira Wilde has yet to score a win over Kid Mason. So this will be a tremendous test for the surgical specialist, especially considering the slump that he has found himself in recent weeks. Kid Mason looking extremely confident as he stares out over the audience here. Akira Wilde taking this fight seriously, as he always does. Referee rings the bell and we are underway. Akira starting off strong, has Mason hooked up in a modified Akira lock right in the center of the ring. Mason, though, able to throw him off and manages a kick to the stomach. Reasserts control with a beautiful Falcon arrow right in the middle of the ring. Kid Mason pouring the pressure on. Modified DDT takes the surgical specialist down. high-impact offense from the former INCW champion. Rainmaker knee right to the jaw as well. Bounces off the ropes. And a flashy elbow drop. Followed by a moonsault. Goes for the pin. This could be it, folks. Wow. In the early goings of this match, Kid Mason is a house of fire. He weathered Akira Wilde's early onslaught and just took him to task. Akira trying to regroup, but he gets speared right out of the ring, and Kid Mason on the top rope. What's he going to do? Oh my goodness, went for some sort of a flying forearm, but Akira able to get out from underneath it, scouted it, sent Mason crashing to the mat. Akira sends him back into the ring, going to try to push that advantage. But Kid Mason manages to hit him with a gutbuster. Akira Wilde not looking so great here in the early goings. But Wilde manages a Greco-plex, release Greco-plex, sends Kid Mason to the corner, and what is Akira going to do here? Follows him in. Kick to the back of the head. Ricochets off that far rope and sliding Greco-plex slams Mason headfirst into the mat. This is absolutely top shelf action, folks, from the bell. Mason dives in with a kick, and Akira shows him how it's done. A big-time Akira kick. 1, 2. Kid Mason kicks out at 2. Both of these decorated veterans know exactly what they're doing. Akira Wilde, Dragon Sleeper. The Dragon Sleeper, folks, right in the middle of the ring. He has got it cinched in tight. He has ended many matches this way, ladies and gentlemen. This is a signature hold of Akira Wilde. And Mason is fading, but manages to pull all of his strength. Couple of knees, breaks the hold. And Mason has Akira up and drops him throat first over that top rope. Kid Mason trying to put a combination together, starts working on that arm, a couple of big stomps to the tricep, and one more ripcord knee takes Akira Wilde down. Mason with a big right hand right to the crown there of Akira Wilde. Akira taking a moment to try to regroup. Outside the ring, what's this here? Manages, oh my, vicious brain buster on the concrete below. Mason, though, up quickly, has Akira by the scruff of the neck, sends him back into the ring. I do not know how Kid... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was a Mason kick, missed Akira, but clipped the edge of the referee. My goodness, the referee right between the two competitors. If the referee wasn't positioned there, I think Mason might have connected flush with Akira, and that could have been ball game. But as it is, Akira has Kid Mason in a Dragon Sleeper again. But this time, Mason quickly able to stand up out of it, reducing the pressure. But Akira able to snag him, and but Mason reverses. What's he going to do, folks? Big right hand to Akira's head. Goes for the pin. 1. And just a 1 count. This action is fast and furious, ladies and gentlemen. Mason with a big-time jumping elbow. I believe he might have clipped Akira on the forehead there, folks. And yes, Akira Wilde is bleeding, ladies and gentlemen. Kick to the stomach. Folks, I'm taken back again to the referee getting in the way of that Mason kick. And ladies and gentlemen, right there, Akira kick right to the jaw of Kid Mason. And Mason manages a kick out at 2. Folks, we can only speculate what would have happened if the referee had better positioning in this match here. Once again, though, Akira manages the Dragon Sleeper, but this time Mason's foot is too close to the ropes. Mason picks up Akira Wilde. Oh, thought he was going for a neck breaker, but went for that forearm instead, right to the base of the skull. Follows it up with a DDT. Akira still in trouble here. He's done extremely well equalizing that scale. These two have both done a great job matching each other tit for tat. But right now, Kid Mason is definitely in the driver's seat, just clawing at Akira Wilde's face with those gloved hands. Akira definitely has seen better days here. Oh, went for a Mason kick. This time Akira ducked out from underneath it. Picks Mason up. Short brain buster in the corner. Mason seeing stars. And he gets dropped with a surgical strike. Goes for the pin. And the referee is in. And bit of a fast count, if I do say so myself. But ladies and gentlemen, the referee's decision is final. Your winner tonight, following a vicious-looking surgical strike, Akira Wilde. I'd like to take another angle at that count there, though. That was a little bit on the fast side. Well, no, I guess we're not going to see that, folks. At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, it looks as if Akira Wilde's questionable losing streak has come to an end here. He has managed to beat a former INCW champion. Hopefully that means some good things for the surgical specialist as our season continues. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the hits keep on coming. We have singles action featuring our reigning defending INCW champion, Gorgon Ramsey, as he takes on the enforcer of La Familia, Big Tony. This should be an incredible encounter. Big Tony, of course, a former INCW champion, and Gorgon Ramsey, the newly minted, recently defended INCW champion, beating Bokrug during Season 1 of NWC Tonight to acquire that title and defending it successfully against Akira Wilde at Full Effect. Of course, Big Tony recently returning to the big stage here, flanked by Little Anthony and the Don of La Familia, Miss Tiffany. They are, of course, back and interested in impressing upon the NWC Nation what a dominant force the family can be when they are firing on all cylinders. And Big Tony would love nothing more than to earn himself a shot at the title that he lost not too long ago. Former INCW champion Big Tony. This is not a title match, however. It is an exhibition match, but you have to think that a victory here by Tony could definitely serve to kick him up the ranks here in NWC and potentially secure a shot at Gorgon Ramsey's hard-fought championship. And of course, Gorgon Ramsey, it stands it bears repeating that not only is Gorgon Ramsey your reigning, defending INCW champion, he is also the current holder of the Diners Club meal ticket. He doesn't have the briefcase with him at the moment, folks, but he does have in his possession that very special attaché case, which contains within it a contract that guarantees him a shot at any championship of his choice. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Gorgon Ramsey is a reigning Federation champion, and he also has a guaranteed shot at any additional championship that he would like to have. So he is about as insulated as a champion can be. If someone were to take the INCW championship from him, he could immediately demand a rematch for that championship right then and there. We'll have to see how this season progresses and what Gorgon Ramsey plans on using that Diners Club meal ticket for. Tonight, however, Gorgon Ramsey is on a mission of redemption for people who claim that he did not earn the INCW championship shot that he got. People that claim that his turn to the dark side in the Diners Club has had others doing his work for him. He is determined to prove them wrong by racking up some legitimate wins. Tony, starting off strong, controls Gorgon Ramsey by the neck, sends him to the ropes, and takes the Mad Chef down with an axe bomber, not the way the INCW champion wanted to start out here. And look at that! Big-time power bomb Wow, just like that in the early goings, Gordon Ramsay is in tremendous trouble. But Ramsay, with a big-time kick, manages to keep himself alive. Tony going for a sidewalk slam. Ramsay flips out of it and begins going to work on the leg of the big man. But Tony throws Ramsay to the ropes. But manages to miss, and Ramsay follows up with a beautiful kick and another kick to the spine. Gordon Ramsay showing the world why he is the INCW champion, but celebrates a little too early, takes a clothesline to the back of the head, and look at that. Tony just stuffs Ramsay, showing him that a man his size cannot be moved that easily. And Big Tony, with an Italian drop, sends Ramsay crashing to the ground. Ramsay, though, still fighting strong. A couple of kicks to the gut. But Tony just manhandles the Mad Chef, sends him careening headfirst into the barricade. Picks Ramsay up, slams him back first on the apron, and flexing his not inconsiderable muscles. Again, just pie faces Ramsay, sends him smashing down to the mat, and rolls him into the ring. Gordon Ramsay's going to have to rely on finesse, not power here. Look at that, just stuffing him. Went for a big clothesline of some sort, but Ramsay managed to use his momentum against him and takes him down with a dragon screw leg whip and goes to work on those tree trunk-sized legs. Ladies and gentlemen, they say that every man is the same height on the ground. Big Tony normally standing an impressive 6'9" tall, 408 pounds. Gordon is going to have to do a lot, and that's going to do it. Big time chef's kiss. 1, 2, and Tony able to get a shoulder up, but he ate a full force chef's kiss, which is a great equalizer for the tremendous size disparity between these two men. But Big Tony using his power. Clothesline takes Gordon down. Big time backdrop follows up. And a spine buster. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Gordon manages to get a shoulder up. Tony turns him around, but Gordon with a forearm and a kick to the legs, and look at that, Russian leg sweep, follows it up with a calamari lock, but Big Tony able to get a foot around that bottom rope, preventing the submission from being cinched in. But the damage has been done already. Tony looking the worse for wear as Gordon kicks him in the side of the head with a beautiful textbook flying dropkick, goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Tony gets a shoulder up, and Gordon Ramsay starting to show some frustration. Tony working on that leg as Gordon sends him to the ropes. Shoulder to shoulder collision, not a man moves. Gordon able to send Tony to the far corner, but Tony elbows his way out of it, staying in this fight. Big Tony, back breaker. Tony reminding the world why he won that INCW championship. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Big end of day style face buster. 1, 2. Gordon manages to get a shoulder up, kicking out of Big Tony's finishing maneuver. Extremely impressive. But how much gas does the Mad Chef have left in his tank? Tony preparing to find out, stomping hard on that arm over and over again. Tony deadlift, picks up Ramsay and just slams him face first into the mat. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, and once again Ramsay able to get a shoulder up, and your guess is as good as mine as to how he managed to do that. Big time chef's kiss takes Big Tony down. Tony is out on his feet though, ladies and gentlemen. Ramsay, Russian leg sweep, Goes for the calamari lock right in the middle of the ring, really cranking it on. And Big Tony is forced to tap out. Decisive victory by Gordon Ramsay. Folks, I thought in the middle of this match here that Big Tony might have had this thing won, but Gordon Ramsay survives the high-impact, power-based offense of La Familia's Enforcer, manages to persevere, locks in the calamari lock, and scores an impressive win over yet another former INCW champion. Your winner and still champion, Gordon Ramsay, and there's going to come a point in time sooner rather than later where we can't call this a fluke. Gordon Ramsay is back, ladies and gentlemen, and better than ever. He is your champion, and he is showing that he has earned it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the main event of the evening. Folks, Anna Sokolov defeated Nikki Wilde to earn the INCW Women's Championship. Anna has made it her mission to be a fighting champion, and she has announced that anyone who wants a shot at that belt needs only ask. And as it turns out, 6 women have answered the call. The NWC Championship Committee made the decision that these 6 will face each other in a battle royal this evening, and the winner will face Anna Sokolov for her championship. You heard it right, folks. The winner of this match will face Anna Sokolov for her INCW championship next week on NWC Tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, though, it's going to take a lot to get there because this match is a no disqualification, falls count anywhere, 6-woman battle royal. This is absolutely brutal, folks. Cynthia Love there got a big smile on her face as she prepares to enter this war zone. I don't know if she knows quite what she's in for. One young lady who definitely knows what she's in for, though, is La Nieve. She has been to war this season with Kirishika, the large Amazonian monster, some would say. And her have gone, and Nieve have gone round again and again in absolutely brutal contests. Will they meet again tonight in the ring? Only time will tell, as Kirishika is also in this match. Folks, I can't express to you how exciting it is that in mere moments we will know who will be facing Anna Sokolov next week for her INCW championship. Unlike Nikki Wilde, who was determined to hold on to her belt by hook or by crook, Anna Sokolov welcomes all challenges. And speaking of challenges, we have here War, the former INCW champion. This is a matchup that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. War has to be considered a favorite here, and I would love to see a chance for War and Anna Sokolov to hook horns. Perhaps at the end of this evening we will have the path to make that happen. War, an absolutely devastating competitor. Strong, powerful, determined, deadly serious. For War, every match is a battleground, and that's good because this battleground is about to get pretty intense. Again, falls count anywhere. Weapons are legal. This is an elimination affair, and that means that by the end of this evening, 5 of these 6 women will have either been pinned or made to submit. Lord knows that means that whoever wins this thing will have earned their shot in every sense of the word at Anna Sokolov's championship. And of course, this is a fantastic opportunity, not just for newcomers, but for returning veterans as well. Miss Tiffany, a longtime veteran of INCW's women's division, would love nothing more than to bring gold to La Familia. The family has seen some pretty impressive success since joining the INCW's successor, NWC proper. And Miss Tiffany would absolutely love to adorn herself with the women's championship. Does she have what it takes to dethrone these other 5 women here and earn her shot against Anna Sokolov, we shall know very soon. But she is a deadly femme fatale and certainly possesses the credentials required for championship glory here in NWC. You can see the other competitors outside eagerly awaiting the start of this match. And the next competitor to come to the ring, we have the Siren, Sylvia Reyes, who has made some waves in BPW, has recently found herself in the NWC, does not have a lot of matches under her belt, but that just goes to show that this match can provide a tremendous springboard for careers here. She could go from being a relative newcomer here in this company to being the #1 contender for the biggest prize in women's sports. The Siren is a tremendously skilled, fast, agile competitor, and she would love to add to her accolades. But if any of these women are going to earn that shot, they're going to have to contend with this scary individual, Karashika, a demonic entity of sorts, a practitioner of the voodoo arts, a gigantic competitor in every sense of the word, an incredibly intimidating, nearly 7-foot tall woman. This is going to be a mountain to climb for anyone who expects to walk away with a victory here in tonight's encounter. Of course, Kirashika with quite the rivalry against La Nieve. We'll have to see if that ends up being rekindled tonight in the ring. And if I were a betting man, I would say keep an eye on those two. We could be in for some extremely violent acts in mere moments. Folks, this is going to be a tremendous encounter. 6 of the hottest prospects here in NWC, all vying for not a season-ending opportunity, but vying for a shot right here and right now, facing off against Anna Sokolov in less than a week's time. Folks, we are already underway, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a very difficult match to call. What I can say is that this is an elimination affair, so we shouldn't be seeing competitors attempting to break up too many pinfalls, and it is a falls count anywhere match. So that means that the referee is going to have a heck of a time managing to keep track of everyone and making sure he is where he needs to be. Inside the ring, outside the ring, up in the aisles, out in the crowd. This could spill into the far reaches, folks. Starting off, all 6 of these women are absolutely going at it, and look at that. Kirashika throwing Nieve far across the ring, going for the pin immediately. 1. Gets just a 1 count. You can see Miss Tiffany taking a bit of a powder outside of the ring just for a little bit. Not a bad strategy in the early goings. And looks as if Cynthia Love doing the same, taking a breather on the outside. And look at that, taking advantage of the lack of rules here. Cynthia Love with a chair, and just gets it kicked square in her face by the Siren. And look at that missile, a shoulder missile off the top rope, inside the ring to the outside the ring. War just crashing into Kirashika. And folks, look at that. La Nieve and Kirashika going at it again. Big clothesline takes the Winter Soldier out. Over on the far side of the ring, it looks like Sylvia Reyes and Miss Tiffany are taking it to each other. A lot of action happening out here on this very thinly padded concrete floor. Oh, big time knee shiver. Takes out the big woman and goes for the pin. But Kirashika able to get a shoulder up before the 1 count. Outside the ring, Miss Tiffany with a big-time headlock on Sylvia Reyes. And we do have a chair floating around the outside of the ring. And now a ladder, ladies and gentlemen. Got to keep track of this hardware and how it might impact this match. Oh, my goodness. Sylvia just ladder colliding right into her forehead there. This is an absolute brawl, an all-out six-way mugging, folks. War, elbow to the gut of Kirishika. Kirishika handling Sylvia Reyes. Big punch to the stomach. And War and Kirishika working together to take out the Siren. Folks, again, this is our main event of the evening. And look at that. Kirishika, pump handle, power slam, and Laniev goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Laniev able to get a shoulder up. Don't know how she managed to do that, though, out on that concrete. Big face buster on Kirishika. War just tossing Miss Tiffany out into the aisleway and punching her down. Inside the ring, Sylvia trying to get a little bit of a breather. And outside the ring, Niev and Kirishika going at it again. And look at that. Is that Sylvia trying for I thought she was going for a choke slam, ladies and gentlemen, but just managed to shove Kirishika down. Uh-oh, big time German suplex by War on Niev. And a second one. And a third suplex takes the white-haired luchador down. Goes for the pin. Referee manages to make it inside. Little slow to the count, though. 1, 2. Niev with a shoulder up, but you have to think that if the referee hadn't been so distracted, that could have been a pinfall. That's going to be a factor here, folks. The referee, we have 1 referee, 6 women, and a lot of real estate to cover. Look at that, Sylvia or Cynthia Love with a pin that barely has an opportunity to register with the referee. Inside the ring, Niev, and oh, look at this, folks. Inside the ring, Glacier drop on War. Referee in to make a count. Doesn't even make it in for a 1, but you might argue that that War's shoulders were down for considerably longer than that. Outside the ring, Sylvia Reyes, the Siren, just standing on the hair of Cynthia Love. You know that's not going to make her happy. She paid a lot for those extensions. Inside the ring, Niev with a Spanish fly on War. And Kirishika again has Niev up, slams her back first into the turnbuckle and just drops her into the ring. All 6 of these women still in this match. This is any women's match at this point. Sylvia with a big slam on Kirishika. The Siren sends the monster to the far corner, only to receive an elbow for her trouble. And look at that. Kirishika with the beckoning on the Siren. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Siren manages to get a shoulder up. But folks, that very well could have been it. Kirishika sent to the outside, and War has Laniev. Big time slam to the center of the ring. Outside the ring, Cynthia Love managing to send Kirishika down with a head scissors. And it looks as if War now has a table and has brought that into the mix. Absolutely stellar action here. Outside the ring, Kirishika has just laid out Cynthia Love. And folks, the beckoning outside the ring on the floor. Cynthia Love is currently pinned. Referees outside. 1, 2. And we have seen our first elimination of the match. The beckoning, that choke slam power bomb that Kirishika delivers in the way that only she can, has taken out Reckless Love's Cynthia Love. Outside the ring, Tiffany completely laid out by War. Kirishika with a set of steps. Manages to get picked up by War and dropped back first on those steps and colliding headfirst to the steps there on the ladder. And oh my goodness, 3 huge suplexes. Kirishika may be unconscious. 1, 2, and somehow the witch demon manages to kick out. Oh my goodness. Inside the ring, Sylvia Race has Miss Tiffany pulling her by the hair. Outside the ring, Kirishika with a pump handle power slam to War. Goes for the pin. And War barely manages to get a shoulder up. We have 5 women left in this contest. Inside the ring, Niev has been taken out, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Tiffany has eliminated La Niev from the equation. We are down to 4. And Miss Tiffany with a stop sign entering the fray. Going for an attack with a stop sign, but Kirishika able there to cut it off. And just slams her hard on the mat. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Miss Tiffany with a shoulder up. This has been an extremely high-impact main event so far, ladies and gentlemen. And I remind you, one of these 4 women will be challenging Anna Sokolov in less than a week's time at the next edition of NWC Tonight in our main event. And just like that, the beckoning in the center of the ring on Race, on the siren. Referee in 1, 2, and 3. We are down to 3, ladies and gentlemen. 2 of these eliminations occurring via the beckoning by the Witch Queen Kirishika. Big time F5 to Miss Tiffany. 1, 2. How in the world did Tiffany get her shoulder up from that? An F5 straight into the concrete below. My goodness, what high impact offense. You know, these 3 women who are still in this, enough cannot be said about the resilience of these 3 competitors. Beautiful arm drag straight into the steps by Tiffany on War. Kirishika, big headbutt to the small of the back. Folks, I don't know if this is going to last this much longer. How much more punishment can these 3 women take? War and Kirishika going at it. Trading blows, lefts and rights. Kirishika sends War into the ring and is looking for some sort of hardware. Has a kendo stick. Oh, went to hit Tiffany with it, but Tiffany able to fight her way out of it, avoiding contact, and sends Kirishika face first into the corner post. Follows it up with a big scissor kick. 1, 2, and a kick out by Kirishika. War sends Tiffany into the barricade. What's she going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my goodness, meeting of the minds. Tiffany smashes War and Kirishika's brains together. And Kirishika just throwing both of her opponents around like they're rag dolls. Big kick to the stomach and pump handle slam right on the edge of the ladder. Goes for the pin. Oh my goodness. And somehow War gets a shoulder up. But now Kirishika just being laid into by that kendo stick. 3 huge attacks and a pinfall. Is that what it's going to take Kirishika out? But Shika able to get a shoulder up. The brutality on display here. Anna Sokolov must be watching this and eagerly anticipating the carnage she can participate in. Once again, War able to get a shoulder up from Miss Tiffany's vicious offense. 3 women left. 3 women remain. And we have tables, ladders, chairs, stop signs, and a big spine buster on the concrete. 1, 2, and War able to get a shoulder up somehow. The amount of damage that War has sustained in this match is absolutely awe-inspiring. Tiffany and Kirishika now in the ring, and War has a shovel. The old INCW staple. The shovel has been entered into the match. Miss Tiffany able to knock it out of War's hands, though. Oh, but Tiffany just sandwiched into the corner. Big time backdrop on Tiffany, just smashed back first into the mat. 1, 2, and Tiffany gets a shoulder up. And what more can we say about Miss Tiffany, folks? She is not known for her size and strength, but she has managed to outlast 3 other women. And look at this! Look at that! Big-time GTS-style knee crusher. Oh, and the end of days. Right in the middle of the ring, War hits her finisher on Tiffany. 1, 2, and that is all she wrote, folks. And then there were 2. War and Kirishika, and folks, I kind of thought it might have ended this way. And oh no! Look at this! The beckoning outside the ring, on the floor. 1, 2, and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, that was sudden. Your winner and the new #1 contender to the INCW Women's Championship, the woman who will face Anna Sokolov for that very title in a 2 out of 3 falls match next week on NWC Tonight, the nearly 7-foot-tall witch demon, Kirishika. And folks, looking at who's left standing, perhaps this ended the only way that it could have. Who is going to stop a competitor like this in this setting? Anna Sokolov said she wanted a challenge, and she's got one. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the first episode of Season 2 of NWC has come to a close. Folks, I am Ronnie Stockholm, and it has been my pleasure to bring to you all of the exciting action of NWC Tonight for Season 1, for Full Effect, and now as we begin our journey in Season 2. It's going to be a fantastic season, ladies and gentlemen. The finest in-ring wrestling action available on YouTube, week in and week out on NWC Tonight. It's been an amazing first episode, and we look forward to bringing you this action every week moving forward. So once again, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Ronnie Stockholm. Have a wonderful weekend.